Hello, wrestling fans! Welcome to This Week in Wrestling by Cesar Scorpio. Now, this new show here, we're going to start Friday nights. It's going to take place right after WWE Smackdown, of course, on Friday nights. And it's going to go over Friday Night Smackdown information, TNA Impact information, and also looking forward ahead to Lucha Libre here on CMLL and AAA. This is going to be an interesting show because we're going to go over TNA first. But since TNA has Final Resolution coming up, we want to make sure we touch base on that for last. So let's get started here with WWE review with SmackDown. Now, interesting things that have happened here, building up here to SmackDown. Of course, they're building here for TLC, and a few things here that caught the attention here, and we want to make sure we talk about them here on this show weekly review. First thing is Booker T and Cody Rhodes. Now, this is, of course, the saga continues. This is going to be definitely a match here for TLC. They're just building it. They had this plan for quite some time. WWE is actually shopping around right now for new ringside announcers. You know, so we'll see how interesting that gets. At this point, this is going to be a match. We saw here on Monday Night Raw. We saw this build up here on SmackDown. Drama goes back and forth between Cody Rhodes and Booker T. Expect the unexpected here in this match. Booker T, as we all know, still has it. And Cody Rhodes is one of the best here in WWE. So this builds to be an exciting match. Can't wait here to go over a little bit more in detail and see the build-up here coming up the coming weeks. After that, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan continues to improve here in his mic skills. And this last week here on SmackDown was no disappointment. The guy's carrying it. He's taking acting lessons, whatever he's doing here, trying to prove his point, fighting bigger guys. You know, Mark Henry one day, trying to take care of business with somebody else the next day. Of course, you know, Cody Rhodes, any chance he has to try to showcase his ability, he'll do it. And this, again, was no different here on Friday Night SmackDown. But I like the direction that Daniel Bryan's going. He's, again, building on the mic skills. You could teach the mic skills, not necessarily the ability in the ring. Nobody's challenging here the ability of Daniel Bryan in the ring. That's the reason why WWE called him over. But his acting ability is getting better and better every week. So I look forward to see him possibly do a heel change. That's what I think he needs to push him over the top, make him a standout superstar in the WWE. But again, to be able to pull off a heel, you got to have the mic skills and you got to have some acting ability, baby. All right. Once that here situated here, let's talk about Zack Ryder. Now, I know a few people here, you either love Zack Ryder or you hate Zack Ryder. There's very few in between people, all right? He causes controversy. He's pretty funny sometimes to watch. But his success is building. This guy keeps winning matches after winning matches. Heath Slater was the victim here this past week. But be it Heath Slater, be it Santino, it doesn't matter. This guy keeps winning these matches, and WWE keeps setting him up to win these matches. So he's built his following. He's got a cult following online and now at these events. So again, expect this guy to have some legitimate gold around his waist, not that internet championship he likes to brag about. But again, he's doing a good thing. The fans seem to love it. I'm not really a big fan of Zack Ryder. I know Invincible Eve Vincent's down with Zack Ryder. Not so much Cesar Scorpio, but that's just me. We just represent, you know, two guys here in the United States. But that's pretty much 50-50 is the way it's going here at the event. So I expect this build up more. He's going to get a gold belt one of these matches here, probably at this pay-per-view TLC. The build up is here for the pay-per-view here with excuse me, I'm drawing a blank here. The U.S. Championship. All right, so he should be getting something here in regards to that. I expect him to be the next United States champion. Why not? This guy's got the following, he's got some ability, and he can carry the character. So we'll see what happens with that. Another thing here is two men moving in opposite directions. We got Jinder Mahal and we got Ted DiBiase. Now, these guys had a match here on Friday Night SmackDown, and I do not have an idea what the WWE is doing with Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal is kind of an outcast when I wasn't sure if they were going to go Ted DiBiase or Mahal. Now, we've seen Ted DiBiase. They've tried to develop this guy. He's got the ultimate face. He's been a heel. Now he's a face. Jinder Mahal is, of course, the heel in this situation. And he's got some acting abilities. He does have some chops, but the guy can't speak English. That will always halt your success in professional wrestling, your inability to speak English, or your unwillingness to speak very good English. Now, the guy can speak English, but he likes to speak in his native tongue more than not. So this is going to hinder him until he starts to, again, people start to recognize him, get a little bit more, starts to show a little bit of himself in these segments and in these matches. The guy's got some skill, but again, he's on the wrong way, on a one-way track, and it looks like it's going to be Ted DiBiase's time to shine sooner than later. What they're going to do with Jinder Mahal, probably going to be a sideshow for a little bit until they decide what to do with him creatively. But expect Ted DiBiase to not only win this coming up pay-per-view, but again, possibly have some gold around his waist as well. Intercontinental, maybe not, but I mean, maybe bigger and better things here for DiBiase in the weeks to come. That being said, TLC, another Mark Henry Big Show segment here on Friday Night SmackDown. Now, it's the big build-up. This match is going to happen. This match is going to be great. But it looks like they're running out of time here on some of these matches. Excuse me, some of these shows, being Raw or SmackDown, to showcase some of their other talent. The Divas, for instance. You can never get enough of that. But I mean, there's only so much you can do when promoting these two guys. These two guys sell themselves. TLC is going to be a great pay-per-view. No need to keep pitching these guys and stealing some airtime here for some other candidates here in WWE. So just my take on that, my little rant here. Not sure how you guys feel about it, but again, feel free to comment here on this video. Now let's get started here with the review for Final Resolution. Now this is something that I've been looking forward to. TNA brings it on their pay-per-views. Like TNA or hate TNA, TNA brings it. And this is why, let me go over this card here. Cesar Scorpio will give you his predictions on this show right here. You can write down if you like it, don't like it, agree, disagree, write down here in the comments. Invincible Evenson will be writing his comments as well at the bottom of the video. See him? Yeah, I don't agree with that one. But yeah, let's talk about it here. First match here, Knockout Championship, the most popular knockout ever to come into TNA. Gail Kim, the owner of the half tag team knockout division belts, and also the knockout champion, is going to take on Mickie James, a pretty good champion in her own right. So this is going to be a very interesting match. These two ladies have what it takes, but I like Mickie James in this one. I do believe Gail Kim has had this belt far too soon, and I don't think Mickie James is too happy with that. I think Mickie James deserves to get this title back. Let Gail Kim carry up that tag team championship with Madison Rayne for quite a little bit while longer, and then we'll talk rematch. But again, this looks like I'm not comfortable with the way this happened, with how soon she got this belt, and I'd like to see Mickie James get that belt back. Next, we have the TV Championship, Television Championship between Eric Young and Robbie E. The best music in TNA belongs to Eric Young. This guy, where he got this song, I have no idea, but I love it. Robbie E, not so much, but he's got Rob Terry in his corner. I see Rob Terry playing a big part in this match, and I see Robbie E to continue owning that television championship. To be honest, I like to see Eric Young get a little bit more serious. I love his comedy. He's a great entertainer in the ring, but I think he's got some skills to propel him to a bigger championship. Not TNA World, TNA, but maybe some tag team belts coming up down the line. Who knows, but we will talk about that as well. After that, we have X Division Championship. Kid Cash, the old man with a young body, versus Austin Aries, the X Division champion. Now, this is X Division match. Kid Cash, great wrestler, great ability with the mic, but he's no Austin Aries. And Austin Aries is about to give it up to Kid Cash. So expect this to be Austin Aries' match. High impact match. This is going to be a great match. Both of these athletes bring it every time into the ring. So enjoy the match. We're in for a great show there on that one. After that, we have the Tag Team Championships on the line between Crimson, Matt Morgan versus the Pope, and of course, Devon. Now, this is going to be the first title defense for these new champions after taking it from Mexican America. And I do not see Devon and the Pope, even though they're a good tag team, I do not see them taking these two guys down. Now, these guys have kind of the Rock, John Cena feel. Both of them are worthy of being champions. Both of them are two of the best that TNA has. And they just happen to be a tag team. Nice. So, I don't expect these guys having a problem here with the Pope and D'Angelo De Niro and Devon. But, you know, a few things could happen in this match. I, again, like the defending champions, Morgan and Crimson, to defend. And, again, we'll see what happens after that. Next, the match will be, the next match is going to be here. Let me go over this here. Excuse it. We have Christopher Daniels versus RVD. Now, Christopher Daniels, he's been on a slump as of late, and he's having some issues here trying to build some wins without using a screwdriver or some other instrument of torture. RVD, on the other hand, has been pulling some wins together. And believe it or not, I expect RVD to win this match. Going to be an interesting match. These two guys are going to bring a lot of action. But RVD, just want to give him the little, I'll give him the nod on that one. Next is going to be Kurt Angle versus James Storm. This is going to be the match of the night, believe it or not. James Storm, one of my favorite wrestlers here in TNA, one of the best in the business, with the mic, with the wrestling abilities. The guy sells out. The guy has no fear. He's all of that. Speaks for himself, talking about Kurt Angle. What more can you say? The guy's Kurt Angle. These guys are going to bring it to the nth degree here. They will not disappoint. If you're going to buy this pay-per-view, buy it for this match. If you're going to buy it for one. Okay, again, this card is filled with good matches, but this is going to be the match. I don't know why this is not the main event. The main event should be good if they're going to put it in front of this match, but I expect James Storm to get the W because, as we all know, Kurt Angle is dabbing here in the Olympic Games here. So he might take some time off, but we've been saying that for a couple of weeks. We'll see what happens here at that point here at Final Resolution. After that, we have Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett. Now, this is interesting, not because of what's going to happen here in this match, but because they're trying to put some things on the line here, try to get some people to watch. We have Jeff Hardy wrestling for a chance to get a championship match at Genesis, or losing and being banished from TNA. We all know what's going to happen here. They're not going to get rid of Jeff Hardy. So expect for him to get a title shot against the defending champion come Genesis. I say defending. Why do I say that? Because Robert Roode is going to win against AJ Styles. He's going to hang on to the belt. This is going to be a 30-minute Iron Man match. I remember when Iron Man matches were 60 minutes. Yeah, 60 minutes. Talking about Big Daddy Cool Diesel and Bret Hart. You guys remember that? You guys old enough to remember that? Right. Now, this is going to be a 30-minute Iron Man match, and however many pins you can get in those 30 minutes. Let's go. 30 minutes or less. Let's go. So this is going to be, again, a high-impact, high-energy match. I expect to see a lot of fireworks. Going to be great. Again, remember, as always, Cesar Scorpio and Invisible Events will have the show following Final Resolution Sunday night. Stay tuned for that. But also, be sure you follow the live coverage on UnifiedWrestling.com. None other than Cesar Scorpio providing that live coverage for you. So sit back, relax. If you cannot watch the pay-per-view, log in to UnifiedWrestling.com and follow the action. If you guys don't know, I will be having coverage on Facebook, exclusively on Facebook, the Cesar Scorp. All right, find me, friend me, Cesar Scorp. That's right, Cesar Scorp. Find me. I will be providing round by round coverage of UFC, John Bone Jones versus Machida. So, again, you guys interested in MMA? Go to my Facebook. I usually do MMA and boxing. I'm sorry, I just love violent sports. What am I going to say? All right, but again, if you can't watch that Final Resolution, log in to UnifiedWrestling.com. From myself, Cesar Scorpio, thank you very much for staying with me throughout these 15 minutes. Hope you enjoyed them. Stay tuned again for the show this Sunday. Should be a good one. Have a good one.